Hello, everyone. Again, thank you for joining our session today. Before starting this session, I would first like to thank you for your great support and time. Everything you do by sharing our content, and we really appreciate your help. If you are new here, we invite you to join our community. You can subscribe to our newsletter by typing your email. We also have a YouTube channel, so you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We also have LinkedIn, so you can follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook. I'm sure that you will learn more about organic, wellness, no code, AI, and more. So I think that you are on the right path. So now let's welcome Pierre to teach us how to manage our knowledge to be effective with AI. Mr. Pierre, I let you introduce yourself and share us what you prepare for us today. Thank you.
Okay, so hello everyone, and thank you for joining us. So I have a couple of minutes to share with you a new topic for this AI by Drinkizz session number 3. This is about the managing your knowledge to be effective with your artificial intelligence. So let me show you the menu. So I will start by relying on an example that is an assistant, AI assistant for investment support, how to assess a company to decide to invest some financial asset or not in this company. And you will see that I will drive the AI to support this analysis by using various frameworks, 5 different frameworks. And I will give you a real use case, a quick real use case on a company that is named OVR Lands. That is a Web3 company. I will explain you. And at the end, the most important part is to explain you what was my difficulty on my workload, let's say, to establish this knowledge management with this AI. So the objective of this AI assistant, I name Meta Investor. So let me read quickly. This is an assistant for investor. It uses frameworks like balance scorecard, 5W. This is a set of questions like why, what, when, and so on. The mind map, well-known framework. The SWOT with the strengths, weaknesses, opportunity, threats, and the meta framework that is my framework in my domain of expertise with the motion, engagement, treasury, and assurance to evaluate innovative projects. So by analyzing financial health, customer value, processes, and risk, so to provide an insight to support informed investment decision. So this is the objective. And I created a starter question that is upload your white paper and use the instruction /analysis. So the idea is to work on a white paper that describes the company we want to invest in. So first of all, the knowledge repository is quite easy to describe. This is a couple of PDF files that describe the different framework. So the balance scorecard, the 5W, the mind map, the SWOT analysis, and the meta framework. The use case is the company name OVR, means over the reality. This is a company in the Web3, a platform where you can buy a virtual land. So they have a worldwide map. For example, I am a client already or an investor in this platform because I bought some land in Paris and also in Vietnam, in Hanoi, around the Opera district near the lake. I bought a couple of 20 slots. And after that, on this slot, you can have some promotion activity like publicity in the virtual world, either in your smartphone or in the virtual reality headset. So you walk in the street, for example, and suddenly you can have a publicity or an event in your glasses or in your phone or in your over the reality, in the augmented reality headset from a company or from an event, whatever. So this is the Web3. So this is a huge momentum, and I will use this company as a use case. So this company described his activity and his value throughout a white paper. The problem is that the white paper is quite long to read, 61 pages. So I can make this effort if I want to invest in one company, easy. I can spend 1 hour to read the white paper. But if I have 20, 30, or 100 interesting company, the Web3, and I want to assess my opportunity to invest, I cannot read all. This is impossible. So I need to manage my knowledge differently. This is the reason why I decided to create this AI for investment. So in ChatGPT, I already show you in the previous session, AI by Drinkizz, how to create an assistant. So I will not re-explain here. But globally, you know that we can upload the knowledge. So here my PDF files. And then I have to create an instructions that explain the AI what I want to do. And the problem is, and the difficulty, let's say, is how to create this instruction. And I want to show you a little bit the intellectual process to create this instruction. So I start, as I said, with my knowledge repository on top of this slide on my objective. So the objective is the quick description of my AI assistant. And then now I have to create the instruction. I cannot create in one step the good writing to describe this instruction. This is a loop because I have to write a first version of this instruction to test the behavioral of the AI and to fine-tune. So this fine-tuning process is super important. This is a loop. And at a certain time, I will consider that my result is a good result thanks to this instruction, and I can use really this instruction as the first version of my AI. The point now is to understand what are the skills to succeed in this loop, to have a good approach in the fine-tuning. The key point of my presentation for today is here. The skills you need and I need to have a good control of the AI are not hard skills. These are soft skills. I don't need to be an expert in the financial domain or in the Web3 domain. I don't need to be a computer scientist. I don't need to be an expert in AI in this use case. What I need is to have a high level of ability to write. If I'm not able to have a thinking to write in the good way, the instruction, it cannot work. Then I need also to have a good ability to analyze, because in the loop of fine-tuning, I need to have an intelligent thinking to analyze the results I obtained by my first version of instruction, and to understand what I have to adapt in the text of my instruction to have a better result. So the writing and the analyzing is something super important. In case I create the instruction not only for me, but for a group of persons, let's say I have a colleague, a co-founder, or a person that invests with me, I have also to show my instruction to this person and to take care of the feedback of this person, so to share. And of course, I have also to innovate. For example, in my case, I decided to integrate the framework Meta, and not only use the regular framework analysis on the market, because I want something more customized, more personalized to my way of thinking. This way of working with the soft skill, writing, analyzing, sharing, and innovation, this is totally different with the, let's say, the current working style. Because in the current working style, we want to be an expert in a certain domain. We want to be agile, to get quickly results. by doing something with a tool and to be expert in a certain tool to deliver a task. In the world of the AI and the knowledge management, the important point is not now to be an expert in a certain tool, but is to be an expert of the soft skill of the knowledge management based on the writing, analyzing, sharing, and innovation. So if you have questions, feel free to use the chat and we can rediscuss about that during this session. But keep in mind that the soft skills are super important. And by the way, unfortunately, I think that in terms of education, the soft skills like that are not really the top priority for children at schools or after students at university, unfortunately, but we hope it will change. So let's have a closer look at the instruction for the meta investor so that you will understand that this is not so easy to write. Of course, I will not read all. I have 2 slides, so this is the first part of the instruction. But let's say to read a little bit together, certain part. So you are meta investor, an expert in knowledge management, semantic management, strategic planning management, and high-level consulting for financial investment in innovative companies and projects. Your role is to assist in analyzing a project described in the white paper I will give you. This analysis is done through various established frameworks. You must read carefully the white paper, and I will give you the extract, the most important information needed to support the decision invest funds in the project. So I put this, I set the scene, I create a context so that the AI has a better understanding about the role. You can also see that I have a polite style. I am not too much rude or direct. This is also super important in terms of mindset, in terms of psychological approach, to be very polite with the AI, because more polite you will be, more your writing will be high level. So after I explain what are the resources I give to the AI, so I describe the PDF file I give, and the process. So I explain that I have a trigger analysis, that is the statement/analysis. And then I describe a little bit more precisely now what I expect for each framework use in terms of balance scorecard, in terms of 5W, with the question who, what, when, where, and why. For the mind map, also because we can use very differently the mind map depending on the context. So I explain in my case precisely what I expect in terms of level of hierarchy, because you know a mind map, this is a hierarchy of item. So I want at least the 10 most common concepts that are explained in the white paper, and I want a hierarchy with 3 levels, some stuff like that. The SWOT analysis on the meta framework, I explain a little bit more because meta framework is not a well-known framework worldwide, at least very less well-known than the SWOT and the other one. So I explain to the AI what I expect more precisely. The second part of the instruction, the second slide, I explain now the output. What is the type of expertise I request? So you can see that I write that I want a high-level executive summary for each framework analysis, highlight important statements, point or idea concisely to support the decision for investing in the project or not. And at the end, I want also the AI provide me with a synthesis table. So create a final table with 4 columns. And the first column is a list of criteria that I consider the most important for me when I assess an opportunity for investment. So, for example, this is the outcompete criteria, the clarity of the raison d'être of the project, the clarity of the legal domain, how the intellectual property is managed, the clarity of the governance, the clarity of the management, the completeness of the white paper, the ability to act on the market, the attractiveness of the digital world economy, and the use of AI. So this is my decision, this is my intelligence, this is my way of managing the knowledge that I explain to the AI. And after I have some additional statement to drive the behavioral of the AI. So let's take now a concrete example on the white paper of this Web3 company OVR. So I upload the PDF, as you can see here, and I request the /analysis statement to start the analysis. You can see here that I am in the AI meta investor. So I am discussing with this AI. So I obtain first a couple of lines for an executive summary, and then I obtain the result. So first, the analysis for the balance scorecard with a clear writing coming from the white paper over here, so coming from the 61 pages. So I no longer need to read all these documents. I have a direct analysis in terms of balance scorecard. Then with the framework W, so with the question who, what, when, where, and why. Of course, the level of detail I obtain in each of these analyses depend on my instruction. I request a synthetic view, not something too long to read. So this is really bullet point, very direct statement. But I could create an instruction to request the AI to have more writing and more detail, but it was not my goal. Then the mind map. So in this case, I request the AI to create a table, as we saw previously in the instruction, with the different level, 3 level of hierarchy, with different item stemming from the white paper. Then the SWOT analysis. This is one of the most popular framework when we assess a project or a company, with the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats. So again, we easily understand the power of this type of approach for knowledge management, because rather than reading all the white paper, I get directly a synthesis. So the quality of this synthesis depends on the quality of my instruction. If I have a bad instruction, I could have bad result in this analysis with the SWOT, of course. But if I have a good instruction, I am quite sure 100% that the SWOT analysis is the right one. Then the last analysis throughout my framework, meta, with the criteria that is not a SWOT, but is what we name the motion, the engagement, the treasury, and the assurance. This is another way of thinking for analyzing a domain. Maybe you already know, but I created this framework initially when I wrote my book, Meta Entrepreneur, to classify my knowledge in the domain of entrepreneurship with the DNA of what is an entrepreneur, the motion, what are the most important action to succeed, to avoid to fail with the engagement. The treasury, this is the financial domain, how to fund the company, how to reach break-even point on return of investment. On assurance, this is the legal domain, shareholder agreement, for example, for a company, and also the intellectual property for the brand, on the asset, and more globally the governance of a company. And then finally, the synthesis table with my investment criteria, a rating. I request in my instruction to add this analysis by the AI, a quick description, and also I request in my instruction to clearly have a link to the pages within the white paper where I can find the information related to the criteria. So that if I have I want to double check that the AI doesn't hallucinate, but work really on the content of the white paper. In 100% of the case, I am quite sure about that, but I can check, or to read directly part of the white paper if I want. And finally, a last column where I request the AI to give me the name of the best framework among the 5 I use here to analyze these criteria. So for example, the meta framework, I am lucky because we can see that we have the meta framework in different criteria. For example, clarify of the raison d'être of the project. According to the AI, this is the meta framework that is the best framework. This is not the SWOT or the W or the balance scorecard that we should use for this criteria, but this is the meta framework. For other criteria, for example, the first one, level of disruptive approach, this is more the balance scorecard that we should use. Maybe the last one, just for saying another framework, for the ability to act on the market here, we consider this is the SWOT framework that is better and not the meta framework. So now, what was my workload, my effort to deliver that? This is not so easy because, okay, collecting my knowledge about the 5 framework is quite easy because I know this domain quite well. I have already the PDF file. So let's say 30 minutes to put all my PDF file in a folder and upload in the AI. But for creating the instruction, it took me about 2 hours. I love writing. I love sharing the knowledge. This is my soft skills for many years. So I think I can work quickly on this domain. But even with this ability to write quickly, to analyze this quickly, it took me 2 hours because I needed to iterate maybe 10 times to fine-tune my instruction to be sure that the AI give me the good result. In particular, for the meta framework, I needed to train the AI on this domain. Also for the mind map to clearly explain the AI, the different level of analysis I wanted. And finally, also for the synthesis table. So it was not so easy. And I work alone. So of course, if I were with a co-founder or some partners and collectively I work on this instruction, maybe it took 2x more time or 3x more time. So the challenge is as I explained, to really fine-tune this instruction to get the good result regarding the mind map, the meta framework, and the synthesis table in particular. So this is really a question of soft skills, of knowledge management. And to go further, of course, if you want to play a little bit with the meta investor, send me an email. This is free of use for sure. And it could also be really useful to analyze a domain we want to invest in. Now to go further, I suggest you guys, if you want to play a little bit with this concept, to arrange in your context, in your company or in your organization, what we could name a prompt tâton challenge. So let's say you are a group of a couple of colleagues, 5 to 10. So first, of course, because we are a Drinkizz company, so I suggest that each person takes 2 cans of Drinkizz for getting a good energy for the prompt tâton. And then you decide a topic on which you have a collective knowledge and on which you can imagine a goal. So depending of your industry, your company, you decide the knowledge and you set a goal based on this knowledge. And then you give 1 hour to everyone. So that give each person 1 hour alone to make the best assistant. And after this hour, you compare the effectiveness of your different assistants. So let's say we are 5 to create the meta investor assistants with the framework, with the idea to analyze the white paper. Pierre Bonnet created the meta investor, and I have 4 or 3 or 6 other colleagues that deliver the same job in parallel. And at the end, we compare the results. And the winner can invite, the group can invite the winner to to dinner, for example. So I suppose the winner will be the one who Drinkizz the best, but more concretely, more seriously, this is surely the one who is the most experienced in writing. So again, the soft skills: write, analyze, share, and innovate are really, really, really super important. So I think this is the end of my my presentation. So I can give you the flow, Vinci, if you want to present your AI news. You are mute. And of course, guys, feel free to chat if you have question or remark, or if you want, I come back to some slide. I will be happy, of course, to share more information.
Okay, again, thank you, Pierre, for your great presentation. I really like it, and I think that it will help us a lot. So from the AI news, I will now show you a tool can do the same point that Pierre just present. Okay, 1 minute, just I have some. Okay, so the same tool that Pierre just present. This tool is called Explain Paper. So this tool will help you to simplify the explanation of large documents such as business requirement, market analysis, business process, technical specification. Okay, so you can try to use it. This tool is free and also paid. So you can try to use the free plan to have some explanation from huge document or market analysis. The process to use this tool is very simple. First, you access the online tool, click on upload to upload your file. From the upload PDF windows, you will have two options. First, it's the PDF file. It means if you have your PDF file, you can upload your PDF, or you can use the URL PDF. So in my case, or from this example, I use the same PDF from Pierre's presentation. And after uploading your file, you can start analyzing the article following three options. The first option, it's called paper. Here you have the summary of the paper. So it means you will have like the summary with this paper talking about what. So you will have, instead of reading all paper, to understand and summarize, from the tool can give you the overview of the paper. And then we have the option explain. This part will help you get the explanation of the document by typing some prompts to follow up. In my case, as you can see, I upload the same file used by Pierre, and we see that the answer fits with Pierre's result. This shows that AI can increase your productivity by up to 50%. So this one I give in red color right here. You can see that I give the prompt to this tool, and then I have the result. In another part, you can see the result. And I compare this result with Pierre result. I can take one example from the revenue streams. OVR generate revenue primarily through the sale of OVR land. So in Pierre result, we also can see the same information. So it means from a simple prompt, I can get the explanation about balanced scorecard analysis from revenue streams, investment, scalability, and so on. So you can try to use this tool at home with your document, of course, to see how it's very, very interesting. From the option 3, we have chat. So this one is you cannot have it with the free version. You should have a paid version to have this option, but I will try to explain a bit. So this option will help you to interact with your PDF file or URL PDF file. So it will help you to ask some question, for example, about summarize the finding. So it's depend on the way that you will interact with your file. So again, you can try the name of the tool. It's called Explain Paper. I also give the URL that you can try to access. So here is the URL, Explain Paper. So you can use it to have like summary of from your PDF, whatever. The file can have like 1,000 pages. This tool will help you to have explanation of what you need. So to finish my news,
Nice.
here you can see that business always face challenges, understanding big business process, sales strategy, market and competitor analysis report, and more. Here, AI can be your assistant to simplify things and help you be more productive. If your company is planning to use no-code and AI solutions, we have over 4 years of experience in this field and can help you to master no-code and AI. So just contact us and let us know your concern. We will help you to implement no-code and AI at your company. So thank you. It was my news. If you have question about this news, just type it and I will try to reply. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Vassi. So maybe I can present my news now.
Yes, sure.
Okay, so let's start. Okay, so I'll let you move the slide for me.
Okay. Yeah, I move already. Yeah.
Okay, nice, perfect. So I wanted to share with you to terminate this AI by Drinkizz session number 3, a news about something that is different from that is not directly AI, but there is a relation. I will explain. This is the quantum computer, because recently IBM in particular announced some important news, and they open a website named IBM Quantum Learning, and I think that this is super important to start to think about the quantum computer. You know that we are moving from a world of bit management with a 0, 1 world to something that is named qubit, for which we no longer have only 2 states, but something between 0 and 1. And it means that we are working at the level of the atom for managing the information. So this is not only transistor, this is not only transistor, but this is something more related to the atom. So I am not an expert in this domain, but I started to learn on the IBM Quantum Learning website some simple things, and I feel that it's starting to become concrete. On my prognostic, and I am not only to consider that, of course, that the quantum computing is not so far now to be usable for any company, let's say, because the idea for IBM is to provide on the cloud, on demand, some quantum power computing that companies will be able to use. You can move to the next slide, please.
Yes, sure.
Vinci. So they announce, IBM, they announce a machine with 1,000 qubits. So this is a fact. And according to, for example, McKinsey, so this is my yellow statement here. Let me read. Today's computers can handle only one set of inputs on one calculation at a time. Working with a certain number of qubits, let's say n for our example, a quantum computer can conduct calculation on up to 2 to the power of n inputs at once. So this is exponential. So we have something that is totally amazing in terms of power of computation. So with 1000 qubits, if we execute this little mathematical equation, we arrive at a result I presented in the next slide. So you can move on the next slide, please, Vinci. That is totally amazing, of course, because 2 to the power of 1000, we get a number that we even cannot read. So we can write this number. By the way, I request ChatGPT to give me the text to name this number. So I obtain a long list, just a part of the result in the left of this slide. So with word term that even I didn't know, for example, quatuor-decillion. So it starts with 107 quatuor-decision. So we are moving from a computer that manage one operation at a time to a computer that can manage to the power of 1000 operation at a time. So it changed all in terms of ability to manage the information, in terms of software programming. This is totally different. So my last slide, you can move on, please, is that to consider in terms of prognostic, the vision for the future. But I think the future that we will see during our own life, even though I am getting older now, but I think that in the next 10 years, if I still survive, and I hope, I will be also the spectator, maybe the user of this new evolution. So currently, the machine learning is operate in traditional computer with amazing chips and amazing farm of computers, of course, but this is transistor-oriented with bit-oriented. And we start seeing now what we name the quantum machine learning. So if you have a Google search about quantum machine learning, you will see that we have already a amount of information, so based on the qubit. And at that time, I think that we will enter in what we name the artificial general intelligence, the AGI, meaning that an AI that is smarter than not only one human brain, even the best human brain worldwide, but cumulative brain of all humans on the planet. So a level of intelligence that is totally impossible to imagine in our current world. But this is something that start to appear. So I will finish my news with this information again. Feel free to have a look at the website of IBM Quantum Computing. So for now, we don't have the quantum computing item in our courses for no code on AI, maybe later in the future. But I wanted to share that with you today. So this is the end of my news. Vinci, I give you the floor.
Okay, thank you very much again. So now it's time for questions. So if you have any question, please share your question in the chat. We will be very great to reply to your question. So Mr. Pierre will reply. I can reply if you want. So you just type it and then we will reply to your question.
Yeah, sorry, I was a little bit long, so we have just a couple of minutes if you have a question. But of course, after this Zoom or during our next AI by Drinkizz session, because we are in a weekly frequency, we'll have the ability to discuss again. So thank you, Chen, for your remark in the chat. I appreciate, and I can see that you are you consider that the writing skills is something interesting in my presentation, if I understand your remark, and you are right. We really believe that the soft skills in writing, analyzing, sharing, innovation, as I said, are the way to maybe to survive with AI, because if we are not really focused on these soft skills, we have a risk to be disrupted in our daily work by AI. But if we are good in writing, analyzing, sharing, and innovation, we can level up our ability to work with AI. This is really amazing and fantastic domain. But if we miss this ability to work with the right soft skills, there is a little bit a danger, a risk to be disruptive, to be disrupt on the market. So in Drinkizz, we do our best effort to motivate everyone at Drinkizz to write the knowledge, to share the knowledge, to innovate. Of course, we are a beverage industry company, but as already explained lately, we are maybe more than that. We are surely a knowledge company. So in the can, we have much knowledge to capitalize, to accumulate, and to share. So I think we are time is up, Vinci. So I'll let you conclude maybe the Zoom.
Okay, so I think that, as I said at the in the beginning, that we have channels that you can follow to be notified on the news, like new session, organic newsletter, also no code and AI newsletter. So we have a community, so you can be in our community by adding your email, or you can join our YouTube channel by subscribing, or follow us in LinkedIn, also on Facebook. So I think that for the next session, it will be, I think, next Wednesday we will be off because of some stuff. So we will be off. So we will come back next Wednesday. Not for next week, but after next week. So it was my information. So I hope that I will see you during this time. Thank you.
Okay, guys. So thank you very much for your time. We appreciate. Then see you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.